So it was about last year summer. I went to a party with my younger cousin, my older cousin, and a few of my friends. The party was in Camberwell, I think, Camberwell Green. So we went to a party. It was my friend's party. It was a very big party as well, actually. There was, I think, over 200 people there. Went to the party. Everyone was dancing, everyone played music, and then the birthday boy came in. Everything was fine, and then he got on the stage, done a little speech, thank you, everyone for coming. And then I think after like half an hour, everyone started running, and I was at the back, so I was quite confused because everyone was running from the front. So I was really confused. So everyone at the back, more than enough, started standing on the tables to see what was going on, and then we saw a massive circle in the middle, and there was three boys in the middle. Two had a belt and one had a knife, and they were running towards some boys that was in the corner. And then everyone started running, people were screaming, people were pushing, and then I think someone started screaming someone's been stabbed, and then someone was on the stage, someone was bleeding on the stage. And then there was another boy that walked up onto the stage, but half the people had already left the party, so there was still quite a bit of people, but most of the people left. So there was a boy that went up on the stage, he was all fine, and then he just collapsed on the floor. So everyone was really scared because we didn't exactly see what happened to him because he was fully covered, we didn't see no blood, nothing, so it was just why did he collapse? So I went over to help, everyone was just screaming, everyone was still kind of confused about what was happening, why the boys were in the middle and showing their knives and their belts. So I went up to help, and he was saying that he couldn't breathe, and he said that he's been stabbed in the head. So there was blood pouring out of his head onto the floor, and I got really scared. I was really panicking because I didn't exactly know what to do. I was so confused. It was just so it was happening so fast. So someone got tissue. Someone got tissue from the toilet. They brought it, but there was so much blood coming from his head that we couldn't stop the blood coming out. After 10 minutes, trying to see what we was gonna do, because I didn't exactly know what to do, and there was only me and some other girl on the stage. I was actually trying to help the boy. So the ambulance came, and then the police came with their guns, and the ambulance came with their medical people. But there was 4 people that got stabbed, but I didn't exactly notice the other 3 people because I was dealing with the boy on the stage. So they went and saw him, they cut open his coat so he didn't any more cuts. He had a stab wound in his chest as well, I think in his leg, I'm not too sure. But I had blood all over me, I was crying because I just didn't know what to do. It was so scary because it just happened so quickly. We all went to meet for someone's party and this was all happening. So I was quite confused, I was quite scared. I couldn't find any of my friends, couldn't find any of my cousins. I didn't know where my phone was, didn't know where my bag was, I couldn't contact anyone. So I was really scared. The police was there, it was just so scary. So everyone had to leave the stage because they were sorting out the boy that was on the stage. And when I left the stage, the boy wasn't breathing. So I had the tissue still in my hand that I was using to wipe up the boy's blood. I had tissue all over my clothes, on my legs, on my hands. And as I was walking out, there was a girl. She was stabbed, and she was laying on the floor, but there was no one was paying attention to her. So she was laying on the floor. I got the ambulance to come over to her as well, and she was crying. I think she came by herself. There was blood all over the floor. I didn't know where my friend was who had the party. I didn't know where he was, any of the people that he came in with. Everyone had to leave the hall, and then we got outside, everyone was just fighting. There was just so much. I was so scared. I cried for about 2 days because I just didn't know. I knew the boy that got stabbed on the stage, and he was in hospital for quite a while actually, I think a couple of weeks. One boy died, but I didn't exactly know who that was because I wasn't really aware. You never really know how knife crime can affect you until you've been affected like I was. Putting down the knife can save your life.